My whole body just hurts right now. Pro tip, don't work out ever. Fuck. Alright, what the fuck are we doing? Alrighty, Shadow of the Colossus today. First review of 2019. Well, that I recorded in 2019. Well, whatever. Let's just fucking do this already. Alright, Shadow of the Colossus was released originally on the PlayStation 2 in October 2005. It was developed by Sony Japan and Team ICO, and published by Sony. It was then remade by Bluepoint Games, who originally did the HD remaster for the PlayStation 3 version of the PS2 original. This review is based on the remake, which was released February 2018 on the PlayStation 4. In this game, you play as Wander, a young lad hoping to resurrect a dead girl, and that's basically it. In order to do that, he makes a forbidden deal with Dorman, this mysterious godlike entity. In return for bringing this girl back to life, Wander must destroy the 16 Colossi. The third-person action-adventure game received favorable reviews. Here are some of the scores from other video game sites. Metacritic gave it a 91 out of 100. Game Informer gave it a 9 out of 10. GameSpot gave it a 9 out of 10. IGN gave it a 9.7 out of 10. So, I mean, it did okay, I guess. These are the scores for the PlayStation 4 version, by the way. I originally got this game on the PlayStation 3, the remastered version of the original that was released on the PlayStation 3 as a free game for PlayStation Plus. I hadn't really heard of it when it was on the PlayStation 2, and I didn't really find out its significance until I had watched a few YouTubers mention it here and there and how much it meant to them. I had a lot of trouble playing it on the PlayStation 3, and by then controlling PS2 games was hard for me because at that point when the PlayStation 3 came around, just games controlled a lot better. An example I like to use a lot is the Arkham series. You know how Batman Arkham Knight handles really well, and then you go back to Arkham Asylum and it just controls like shit almost. So anyways, for me, Shadow of the Colossus gets a 7 out of 10.
Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ!
Like I mentioned before, the game just starts without much background. You just carry this dead girl and then you talk to the voices above. How she died, how she was cursed, I think she was cursed. Why is this land forbidden? Who is this voice? Those are all mysteries. Sorry, who is this voice? Those are all mysteries. When you get there and you agree to kill the Colossi to save this girl. By the way, Colossi is just a term that I feel like I'm making up. Is it Colossuses? No, it's Colossi. It's like cactuses. Cacti. Anyways, when you get there and you agree to kill these Colossi to save the girl, that's all you're doing up until the very end of the game. Even then, at the end of the game, it tells you a bit more about what's going on, but it's still not enough to paint a bigger picture. Also, let me repeat this. You don't know what the fuck you're doing until the end of the game. Now, I did some research on the game, and I found a quote from the game director saying he wanted everything open to interpretation. He basically wanted players to fill in the blanks. You know, some artsy shit like that, something like that. Anyways, if you're into that, you know, Mad Libs shit where you like to fill in the blanks, then good for you. Then this game is probably going to be one of your favorite games of all time. For me, that has a limit. You remember the end of Inception? That was fucking cool. And that was open to interpretation. This was just there was just not enough information there. The entity being something I'm just supposed to trust at the very beginning of the game. Fine, I guess. No information on the area and this magical light sword. Fine, I guess. But that girl that I'm saving? No, okay? You have to give me a reason to take down these giant creatures. And yeah, you can say, oh, the reason is that you're saving this girl. No, 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 no. Give me a reason why I am killing these colossi for this girl. Why am I going above and beyond for this girl that I have no history with? If you met a girl down the street, she was walking down the street and you just met her and you're just like, wow, that girl's pretty attractive. Would you rob a bank for her? That's basically how I felt here. Why am I doing this? I don't know, just give me a better reason than a throwaway line. Well, I think the line was, I have it written down here. She had a cursed life. It was something like that. Big deal. I got a shitty life too, but I'm not going to expect anyone to go fight giant monsters just to bring back my fat ass back to life. I don't know. Believe it or not, I don't enjoy doing things just because. I'd like to have a good reason for it. It can make even the most meaningless action at least a little more worthwhile. Even if that reason is shitty, at least I have a reason. Like that entity as well. Some old guy comes out at the end of the game and he starts yelling, "What did you do?" I don't know, man. What the fuck did I do? Who is this entity? What exactly is anybody... What is your deal with him? Seriously. It's like a group of just like... I don't know, man. I don't know, it's like when they make fun of mobsters and you did that thing? The thing? Yeah, you know, the thing. Well, I stole the thing too, and then I did the thing to help this thing. So it would help me with this thing. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know?
Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ!
One of the best things in this game... Why does it sound weird? One of the best things in this game are the colossi that you encounter. They are the only enemies you encounter in this game. There are no grunts, there are no guards, there's no mini-bosses, there's no people your size. It's just these colossi. And because they are your only enemies, all 16 colossi are intrinsically designed. Every single one looks and feels different from one another. Crazy enough, most of them also feel like real, living things. Like they have their own personalities. Some remain calm and only attack if they are provoked. Others will see you as a threat and will just move on you immediately. Two in particular will just jump you, no holds barred. They'll just like, that's it, done. I don't know what sound that was. Is that Donald Duck attacking me? As soon as they realize you're there, they're just fucking pissed. Their size and the different things you need to do to take them down, it makes them each extremely satisfying. It makes them extremely satisfying challenges. Imagine taking down Godzilla using nothing but a sword. You'd feel an enormous sense of accomplishment, without a doubt. The problem here, though, is that you can only solve a puzzle once, for the most part. Once you figure out a puzzle, you kind of already, once you figure out the first time, you know how to come back to, you know how to do it again, essentially. So each of the colossi are a puzzle, but once you take them down once, you'll know how to do it again for subsequent playthroughs, and it kind of really fucks up the magic of playing this game. When you meet up with a Colossus, you take a quick second to just take in the size of it, but then you're in a real battle. You're in a real battle, essentially, and that real battle is finding out how you're going to take it down. But once you do figure out, that feeling is essentially gone forever. I mean, for me, the replay value is essentially gone. I mean, unless I want to do a speed run, which I feel is almost like a disservice to this type of game.
Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ!
One of my favorite things about this game is the atmosphere. It is incredibly unique. In this game, it's just you and your horse and the colossi you have to take down. So essentially, you're all alone throughout the entire game unless you count the horse as your friend. And if you do, I'm sorry. This land you're in is forbidden, and it's been clearly abandoned for years, but bullshit if it ain't fucking beautiful sometimes. In those moments between each Colossus, the game is silent, and more often than not, you're just traversing these large open spaces that really enhanced the idea that you're all alone. That feeling of being alone is never oppressive though. In fact, I usually felt the opposite. I felt a loneliness with like a hint of just constant wonder and curiosity. So I might have talked shit before, but at least there were moments in the game where I was like, I wonder what happened here.
Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ!
The music of this game is definitely one of my favorite video game soundtracks of probably all time. Like I mentioned before, when you're traversing the landscape, it's silent. It isn't until you encounter a Colossus when the music kicks in. The music is also dynamic, meaning it will change depending on your fight and where you are positioned. When you first encounter an enemy, the music is very dire. But once you get the upper hand, the music just starts to get like a little upbeat, a little inspiring. Like if I could put it into words, it's almost as if the music is going from, oh shit, what the fuck, to like, oh my god, holy shit, I got a chance, I can do this.
Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ!
The version I played is a remake of the original PS2 game. From what I've played back then and from what I've played with this remake, it's clear the developers worked hard to keep the original work intact, and that is either a good thing or a bad thing depending on your experience with the game. I guess you can also say they did too good of a job because the controls, although they are updated, can still get super wonky. Little actions like climbing a Colossus would get awkward sometimes. The camera would get super weird too. But I think my biggest problem though was aggro. Now I remember reading that in the original game, the creator slash developer guy wanted aggro to feel like a real horse. He wanted it to have it like basically a mind of its own. Whether it's true or not, if they brought that back in this remake or whatever the fuck in my playthrough, aggro was a huge pain in my ass. Now, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, aggro is the name of your horse. It's a little better than Ponyta or whatever the fuck Hyro called his fucking horse from Epona. Aggro sounds a lot better than Epona. Anyways, I don't know where the fuck I was going with that. Aggro was a huge pain in my ass. I'd have to call for him multiple times because sometimes he just wouldn't appear. I'm like, alright, I whistled my horse a couple times. Where is he? He wouldn't show up. Now, aggro is not a car. I didn't expect him to go 0 to 100 miles per hour within a single kick. But god damn, sometimes you would just take a sweet time to get to full speed. And there are certain colossi that require the use of aggro to catch up with them or to run around them. Just imagine my level of frustration when I would have to redo an entire process of getting a colossus on his side or on his back or down just because aggro refused to go full speed or because you get scared while you were riding him. Since the original came out in 2005, it did pass my 10-year limit, meaning I'm comfortable with spoiling it. So here's a minor spoiler. You lose aggro at the beginning of the game, just before the final fight. I honestly didn't care. In fact, I was honestly just more like, oh, finally, good riddance. Especially just because, just before you do, there's a bridge you have to cross, and with the weird abrupt camera shift, aggro can kill the both of you. It's almost like tank controls. And that happened to me twice. And because of the weird autosave, it didn't start me just before the bridge. I had to run across the entire map to cross that bridge again. So yeah, I didn't feel bad losing him. He impeded my progress several times, and while I did appreciate aggro getting me around faster, sometimes it was just too much of a chore to handle, and I was just better off on foot.
Oh my god, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big.
So after so many years, I finally got to play Shadow of the Colossus. This, like I said, was my first experience. And I've just got 3 words for you. What the fuck? What the fuck? This was it. On the PlayStation 2, with its hardware limitations, it's easy to see why this game stood out, but in 2018, which is when I played it, I know this review might come out in 2019, but yeah, but in 2018, 2019, we've had better narratives and games with better cameras and controls. Is this game good? Yes. Was it amazing on the PlayStation 2? Absolutely. It's not hard to see why. Of course. That said, I can't help but say it's probably not as great as everybody says it is. Now, I looked up reviews for this game because I wanted perspective. It's fucking dangerous to say a game is meh when it's so highly revered. A lot of people who didn't experience it on the PlayStation 2 couldn't be bothered to finish it on the PlayStation 4. People who played it on the PS2 think this game is the shit. There's no in between. Truth is, I think nostalgia is just masking the game. There are certain games that just feel essential. While Shadow of the Colossus is unique in its presentation, it just doesn't feel essential anymore. I could have gone the rest of my life without having played this game, and I don't think nothing would have changed. I don't think anything would have changed. So anyways, for me, Shadow of the Colossus gets a 7 out of 10.